Trying to get a lot of dough. Anything is possible. Turn me up in the headphone. Yeah. Trying to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible. Yeah. Trying to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Hey. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible. Hey. I grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible. Yeah, all I know is get paper. All I do is shit major. Bought a condo on the top floor and the building's a skyscraper. Feeling like I'm Kobe, LeBron for the Lakers. Feeling like I'm Idris, Paul Walker, Taker. New Rollie, no diamonds in it. New Porsche, all dimes in it. I'm infatuated with fine women. Corona extra with the lime in it. Just to chase the Henny. Used to be a penny pincher. Now I'm in plenty business. Grind hard, nigga, on guard.
Grind hard, nigga, on guard.
Yeah. We grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible. Hey. I grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible. I lean with it, I rock with it. Locks under my socks fitted. Tahoe with the black tint. Houston girl, heavy accent, but my whole swag is magic. High five, fantastic. Make the money stretch like elastic. Making moves that you couldn't imagine. Eating, still watching my calories. Just to pull in that big boy salary. It's just the way that it has to be. I'm a bad boy, Mike Lowry. While I'm sipping this Henny, and all of my niggas is with me. Yeah, grind hard, nigga, on guard.
Grind hard, nigga, on guard.
Yeah. Grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible. Hey. I grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Dog Waters, and I'm back, and this is the Talking Dogman call-in show. I'm hoping that all of you guys are doing well today. I hope you enjoyed the Occupy Halloween event. I think it was dope. Coming soon, we're going to roll out the best of Occupy Halloween. Vault did a wonderful job. A whole bunch of creepy stuff happened in those videos that you guys probably haven't had an opportunity to see. We enhanced some of the audio. We caught a couple of the growling. I think I can hear a howl. You guys are going to have to decide. That content's going to be spread over several channels. Some of it's going to be over on Vault's channel. Some of it's going to be over here. Some of it's going to be on Dogman Cams. But we did successfully occupy Halloween. If you are a member of IamDogWaters.com, some new content just went up for you today. It's called The Riots. That shit is dope. And like I told you guys before, your content is morphing and changing. It might slow it down a little bit on some of the longer form content, but the shorter form content will roll faster. But when we get to 10, 20-minute videos, it's a little bit slow, but just hang in there with me. It's going to be worth the wait. It's always worth the wait, ladies and gentlemen. So just stick in there, hang in there with me. As for you on YouTube, tomorrow is more Dogman stories dropping. We're still in our A's and B's encounter with Dogman. Literally, still A's and B's. We haven't even got to the C's. We're nowhere near the C's. When we get to the C's, you're going to tell the difference. And when we get down to the D's, you're going to be like, this is some straight up bullshit. Because you can tell the difference in between what's going on in these stories. And you can tell how the story is told. You can tell basically all the events. When you get to D's, it's fishy. But we're going to go through it all. Why? Because it's important that you understand the differences between something that's real and something that's fake. And that's how it's going. Shout out to all my mods in the chat. I see Lakea's there. I see Marquita is there, Mrs. Jones with her beautiful self. I thought I saw Sean Graham in there earlier, but he's not. But shout out to Sean Graham. Big shout out to DDoS. Another big shout out to Vault of Nightmares over on their channels. That is the Dark Waters family. Go ahead and check it out. Go to their channels, check them out. And we can't never forget about Wes. Wes is our producer, and Wes is the best producer in the paranormal business. He takes care of business. Wes actually lined up about 12 interviews for me last week, and one of them canceled, and I was like, I ain't doing none of them. Fuck it. I don't want to do none of them. All right. Special event tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The number is 504-354-0153. Hold on. Let me see how we going to do this. Let me check my account. Because we going old school radio style on this, baby. We going old school, full radio on, y'all. Let me see here. Let me see what I'm working with. Let me see what I'm working with. Let me see what I'm working with. How many people got up in here? We getting to the 60s. This is all good. Let's see. Let's see what we're working with up in this PayPal account, because we're going to reward the fifth caller tonight, baby. And every night I'm on, we're going to be giving out cash. Why? Because that's the shit that I do, and nobody else do what I do. Because nobody else know how to do it. Oh, yeah. All right. So, caller number 6. Caller number 6 tonight, you're going to get a $50 cash app or Venmo, whichever one you have. It'd be easy if it was Cash App, but $50 Cash App. You can get $50 through your PayPal for caller number 6. 50 pesos, baby. All right. With that being said, let's talk a little bit about the events of Occupy Halloween. And the lines are open. Well, let me make sure I'm not lying to you. Yes, the lines are open at 504-354-0153. So, Occupy Halloween was a huge success. I think the last Eve show, well, I'm not going to get a chance to talk about it. Let's take the calls. People want to talk. Hey, this is Dark Waters. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, what's up? This is Marcus from Hawaii. How you doing, DW?
What's up, Marcus? How things going over there in Hawaii?
Yeah, not bad, man. A little overcast, but it's a nice day. It's a nice day.
They letting y'all up out of the house? You moving around, doing what you want to do?
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good.
What's on your mind, baby?
Hey, I was thinking about that story you told, DW. This guy was walking onto the property, right? And he saw, it looked like, he think it was soldiers, whatnot. They were like 6, 7 feet tall. They had 16 or 19-inch blueprints. Any more thought on that one?
Oh yeah, you're talking about the one where he was out there hunting at night, and he heard something climbing up the tree. Then he turned around and he saw those soldiers on his property. I believe that is a special operations team. Well, I don't believe. I kind of know now. The special operations teams out of
who knows where, probably.
Louisiana, out of Florida, and out of California.
And they must be recruiting guys that are monster size, right? Where are you going to find soldiers 7 to 8 feet tall unless they stick it up with some kind of Superman serum?
I am not going to get into that. All I'm going to tell you is that's what it is. And you're not going to get me to.
Interesting story.
You're not going to get me to start talking about that. That's getting really deep.
Maybe it's better you're not.
I know.
Interesting story. Love your program and love the stories, and it's good talking with you.
All right, Mark. It's great talking to you, brother.
Take care.
All right.
Bye.
That was Marcus. Let's take the next caller. Hey, this is... I couldn't get him. Sorry. Call back. I didn't get you. Baby. I didn't get you. I'll finish up what I was saying about Occupy Halloween. And so, wildly successful. And the recap is going to be more... The recap is going to combine all of the events in kind of like a movie format where you can see everything going on. I'm working on it now. It's going to be fucking epic. It's already epic with me only 10 minutes in. And it should be like 4 hours worth of content. Hey, this is Dark Waters. What's your name and where you calling from, my friend? You're caller number 2. You there? All right. That was a hit and a miss. Hey, you're Dark Water. This is Dark Waters. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name's Jeff, calling from Nebraska.
Jeff from Nebraska. What's up, my brother? How's it going in Nebraska?
Cold.
I bet it is,
very,
man.
Very cold.
Y'all got hit with that polar vortex dropping down real early, bro. It's kind of early for that foolishness y'all got going on up there.
Yeah, that's my take on it too. I got a question about Dogman
Sure, shoot.
because in 2017, well, to go back, I run about 37 game cameras. I don't hunt. I just gather photos of my animals and stuff. And 2017, I caught a picture of a head of what pretty much looks like a dog man feet from my camera. And it's clear as heck. I mean, these things come through portals, I'm assuming. Is that right? Or
I wouldn't necessarily say they come through portals. Where do you get that from?
Because that's what I'm catching on the properties. I mean,
Really?
circulation, great big orbs, stuff like that. I've caught actually 2 photos. One looks like a dog on all fours with glowing eyes, and that one's just feet away from the camera. And I mean, I'm just catching all kinds of what just looks like it's portals around deer.
Wow.
You know, it's just, I
Well,
mean, lights in the woods.
Let me say this, Jeff. So there's speculation that they come through portals, but the problem with the speculation is there's no true evidence that they come through portals. So for example, Connor's camera clearly caught some kind of portal. We was looking at that over Halloween weekend. It was just this big bright light. If that didn't look like what a portal was supposed to look like, I don't know what the hell a portal is supposed to look like. But the issue is we haven't gathered enough evidence to come to that conclusion. Now, on your end, it sounds like you gathered enough to come to that conclusion, and I would love to hear more. So you've caught photos of them coming out of portals, near portals. Talk a little bit more about that.
It looks like, you know, when he came out or when he was walking by the camera, it was, you know, like something behind him that, you know, looked like, you know, he just walked out of something. And I'm catching all kinds of like just great big, you know, circulation on, you know, on the land and in front of cameras and stuff. And I mean, around deer, especially. I've caught like a white entity, or I don't know if it's an entity or a cryptid or whatever. I mean, years ago, I would have laughed about this stuff. I mean, I would have told people they're full of it. And not so much anymore. I mean, I'm catching, you know, where deer are walking into, you know, these rectangle areas of dark mass. And it looks like they're disappearing when they're walking in there. It's just weird.
Wow. Have you ever shared any of that evidence?
I've tried to share it with some podcasters who just kind of, you know, are like, ooh, and then ignored me. I don't know why.
I tell you what, if you can send me a photo that not only shows a dog man and a portal, I will not only share it, but I will ship you a camera to put out there where you can monitor it live in that area. And if you have enough evidence, I will ship you 3-4 cameras that we can spread out and fly somebody out there to help you install those cameras so we can capture what you're saying live. Would you be interested in that? And you get paid for it. You get paid for it being on your research area. If it's your property. If it's not your property, we got to figure out what the hell we're going to do.
It's not my property. And I'm not so sure that the owners would, you know, they're friends of mine, but I'm not so sure that that's something they're going to want. I have over 37 cameras out, and I have more to put out. I mean, I've even got, you know, one that's a cellular camera. So, I mean, the area is pretty well covered. I don't know. It seems like May is when, this happened. And it seems like, between April and May or June and even July, the portals are, going.
Wow.
And I can't figure it out. I mean, I've caught, just great big, round circle rotation things that have like these big black, look like eggs going through it. And I don't know what the hell this all is.
I tell you what, then let's do this. I am going to text you back to this number when we hang up in a few seconds. I'm going to text you back to this number, or email address. You shoot me something, and we'll figure out a way to get the documentation and the proof out to the people safely, to where nobody has nothing to worry about. If it's really, really good, it's best that I hook you up with somebody that's a TV producer. That way your stuff gets out there, and it's so big that it gets out there so big you don't have to worry about anybody bothering you. Like on a smaller level, it could be an issue, but once it hits TV, then I mean it's already out there. Can't nobody say nothing to do nothing. You know what I'm saying, Jeff?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just making sure that I protect the property and the property owners, and there's not going to be tons of people going out there trespassing and, what's out here. And, this is something that's, I kind of want to keep between me and you. And if you know what I mean.
What, the location? I don't have no problem with not sharing the location. So let me explain to you what I meant by working with the TV producers. So that's an environment where that you can negotiate what you want with them. So let's say you got a photo of Dogman, and it's a real photo. You can negotiate whatever you want. Hey man, I want you guys to take this photo. I want you to pay me for this photo, but you cannot tell people where this is, and they won't. You can put it in a contract. They won't tell you where it is. But as far as I'm concerned, we can talk offline. You can send me the photos. We'll take a look at them, and you ain't got to worry about me telling nothing. If you don't want me to tell anything else associated with it, I won't. It doesn't bother me either way it goes. You got it?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just trying to protect, people, and there's been no sightings, and I haven't really experienced this because I'm not out there all the time. I work 6 days a week, 12-hour days, so whenever I can get out there to check camera cards and stuff, I mean, I don't go in armed, and stuff like that. There's 2 or 3 different areas that are having weird stuff happen in these, like round circular portal things, and even the square ones. It's just crazy.
Nope, I would absolutely love to see that. I tell you what, I'm gonna let you go. Take the next caller, and I'm about to text you right now while I'm taking the next caller the email address so you can shoot me some photos, and we'll see what's going on. All right, Jeff?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Good talking to you.
You bet. Bye.
That is wild. I would love to have some real verification that these things come through portals. Again, we speculate on it, but the only way we can know for sure, 100% sure, and sounds like Jeff got the goods, is if you have a photo of them coming out of a portal or with a portal, or a video of them coming through a portal. Something like that is the only way we're going to have the evidence that we need. But this is how you get the evidence. You get the evidence by talking to people out there who are in the field, or have cameras in the field, or you put cameras out there in the field yourself. So we will see how that plays out. While I'm doing this, while I'm waiting on the next caller, this is Jeff. How do I text him? Let's do this real quick. I'm sorry, guys. And that is the second caller. I'm looking for my sixth. I am at dogwaters.com. Alright, that's done. So, it would be very, very interesting for us to find something like that, or get some evidence of something like that. Today, as far as the cameras are concerned, I went on over to T-Mobile to try and get the SIM cards that we needed to for like Connor's camera and for Blue's camera, and the line was literally out the door. So I will be ordering those online tomorrow, which will make things a hell of a lot easier, and we will be off to the races early next week, because that way I can ship them directly to the person's house, And all they got to do is plug that card in and keep it moving. The lines are open 504-354-0143, 504-354-0143. We're looking for the sixth caller. So far, we got Marcus and we got Jeff. We got two. We missed one earlier because my fingers weren't fast enough. Honestly, it was my fault. I couldn't get my fingers over there quick enough. Now, going back to Occupy Halloween. So while we're waiting on that call, let's go back and talk about what I plan on doing with the wrap up. So the first video you guys are going to get is going to be the some of the best stuff about it. A couple of little clips, like some of the stuff that Vault did, which was crazy. Um, some of the stories that came out that hit the website that you guys didn't see if you were on YouTube, which are beautiful stories. Um, and we're going to combine all that into one big event, kind of capture it all, encapsulate it all for you guys to listen to and watch. I think you're going to enjoy it a whole hell of a lot. Um, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, but I doubt seriously if I will be wrong on this one because what I'm looking at right now is absolutely amazing. Now, during that event, there was a whole bunch of kind of quirky things that were going wrong, like the camera wasn't turning on because there were too many people on the camera, which is all good, and somebody was messing with the settings of the camera, which reminds me in a second we'll check that camera while we're waiting on the caller. But nonetheless, it was relatively smooth with the exception of just the glitches on the camera, and that was just because there was such a demand to watch those cameras, and it was a huge demand. So if you haven't become a member of Dogman Cams, go on to dogmancams.com and become a member. And if you're not a member of my website, iamdogwaters.com, you're going to want to become a member there because we are going through a content revolution on that end. And we have a caller calling, and let's see who he's got. This is our third caller. Hey, this is Dog Waters. What's your name and where you calling from?
Tracy,
Tracy.
and I'm calling from Oregon.
Tracy from Oregon. What's going on, love? How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So I listened to your show, and I do have a couple of experiences, and one of them is what I believe was a dog man. And it happened about 10 years ago. And I was on a road trip with my brother, and it was from Oregon down to California. And we had left Southern Oregon probably in the evening. I think we didn't leave till about 7 or 8 p.m. And so the way we went is we went through Grants Pass, and there's a highway. I forget the number of the highway, but it goes from Grants Pass basically over to Crescent City, and then the 101, Highway 101. And we took it all the way down to Mendocino County,
Mm-hmm.
and then we were going over to Lake County. So we have family that lives in Lake County. And we were actually going to a town and a place where we grew up, so we knew it well. And so it's about a 6 to 7 hour trip in total. And I believe it was in the springtime, I think. The weather was pretty good. It was good. And so to get to my relative's house, you have to go out this windy back road, country road. And I had not been on that road. I don't know, for like 20 years, 25 maybe. And, I was just kind of like, oh my God, oh, I forgot, that was there. And, oh, wow, And because we were, yeah, getting close to where we used to live. And when I was a child, I think I was about 10, 11. Me and my friends were riding bikes on that road. And a dog, a regular dog, this in the daytime, a regular dog, um, pit bull kind of dog, or it doesn't matter what kind of dog it. Anyway, it ran out to the road where we were riding bikes, and I saw it coming. Like this house sat back off the road a bit, and there was like sort of like some walnut trees between the road and the house. And I just saw this dog come running. Yeah, and he jumped up, bit my leg, and there was a tooth, like a hole in my leg.
What?
And yeah, where his tooth went in, like to the side of my leg. And that was when I was a kid. So, but me and my brother, so we're on this road, and by this time, it was about 4:30 in the morning. And the sun was not up yet, but it would be up in about like 30, 40 minutes. So maybe longer, because it was pretty dark. It was around 4:30 in the morning. And we're getting close to where this dog had bitten me as a kid. And I'm like telling my brother, you know, because he was about 5.5 years younger than me, and he wasn't with me when it happened. So I was just, he wouldn't have remembered it. So I was just, like telling him. And we were, he was driving a little white Ford. I know it's a Ford, sort of like this little tiny hatchback kind of car.
That Ford Focus is
And
what it is. Yeah, that little white Ford Focus. That's the hatchback that they have.
yeah, yeah. And um, so I'm kind of leaning over him. Um, and like I had my arm up a little bit, my finger pointed, and I'm telling him, so we're getting close, and I'm telling him, I'm like, we're getting close, and I said, it's right, and just as I was going to say there, and I had my finger pointed, this thing came out of the darkness, and all we saw was snapping teeth. Like you could actually see the spittle like coming out of its, mouth. And he and I both, um, he was still in the driver's seat, but I screamed. We both kind of, came up out of our seats and kind of leaning way over because we were bracing for impact.
Whoa. So
And
it's coming
it
at you.
never, oh yeah, yeah. It was like, we thought it was going to come through the window. It was coming so hard and so fast. We thought it was going to come through the window. We both, I screamed. He might have, but, and we both kind of, came up out of our seats and leaned as far over to the other side of the car as we could, waiting for this thing to come through the window. And it didn't. And, like, we thought it was weird. We talked about it, and we were like, so when we got to my family's house, it was very near there, like within a couple blocks. He was telling my uncle about it, and I was somewhere else speaking with my aunt. So I didn't even know that he had even told them, actually. It wasn't until a couple years later that he told me. But when he was talking to my uncle, he said, hey, because there's only a couple houses in that area. And he said, do you happen to know if those people, and he, described the location, if they have like a big white dog? My uncle's like, no. And it was white. And so he told me, we never said anything after that. We never really talked about it for a couple of years. And then we were talking this one day, and, I probably brought it up, like, what do you think that was? And he told me that when he was talking to my uncle, and then when my uncle said, no, there's never been any kind of a white dog that lives down there. Yeah, my brother thought that I had conjured it, like made it happen. And I don't think that, but I have, like, throughout my life, from the time I was little, I've seen some stuff.
So why would he think that you conjured it? Why would he think that?
Because he knows I've seen things, things that okay, so
Well, hold on, Tracy. Let me slow you down because you're way too
yeah,
nervous, and I don't know why you're
I
so
am,
nervous.
I
I'm not
know.
judging you. You can calm down and relax. Like your whole story, you was nervous.
Okay,
I don't know
okay,
why you're nervous.
yeah,
I'm not jumping down your throat. Just explain it to me. So, what makes him think? What made him that come to mind? Like you would conjure it. Was it you've been seeing things since you were a kid? Weird things happening
yeah.
around you. Just relax and tell a story. That's all we're doing. We just talking. It's just a conversation. You don't have to be nervous. I promise you. You don't have to be nervous.
I know, I know. Um, uh, I saw several things from the time I was really little, and there's a couple that really sticks out. Um, so I was born and raised in a little town in California, down by Santa Cruz, California, and
Okay.
Watsonville, California.
Okay.
Yeah, and we lived with my grandpa. Well, it was his house, but we lived there. And this is so I was born in 1971. So my memories would be from early 70s. I was, and I've remembered this my entire life. And I've remembered it, the same way. Somebody had come to visit us at our house, and I loved little dogs. And I was about 4, and I wanted to walk the dog outside. And I remember the dog. I just don't remember who it was visiting us. But anyway, I had to put she said, okay, as long as you don't let go of the leash and put your hand in through the loop and then, hold on to the leash like that and don't let go. And I said, okay.
Okay.
And so I took the dog outside, and we lived on about an acre of land, and it was kind of like on the side of a hill. So the property sloped, and so I took the dog walking, and I just kind of went where the dog wanted to go. And the dog took me to an area of the yard that I didn't like. So, like me and my sister and my cousins, when we would walk to, and it was pretty much like under this old oak tree. And as children, we just had a really bad feeling. Really, I don't know, like just a bad feeling. So we didn't like to play in that area. But the dog wanted to go over there. And so, he's just kind of pulling me along, I'm hooked onto the leash. And we go under that oak tree, and then we start walking. The fence line went, it was probably about 10 feet. On the side, there's the tree, and then about 10 feet away started the fence line. And the dog's I'm watching him, he's sniffing around and stuff. And we're like really close to the fence line, and we're walking. And the property next to us, they had like those small kind of oak bushes, not like a big tree, but just kind of like this yucky stuff that you didn't want to walk in or anything. Yeah, so this something big rose up from behind the bushes. And at first I was just curious, like, what is that? Because I'd never seen it. And I grew up like literally outside. And we were riding, I was already riding horses at that age. My mom around that time, they would find me like in the cornfield. Well, we had a small, like, not a cornfield, but like a small garden where they grew corn. And I would be like in the corn, eating on the corn cob with deer. And,
You was that
you know,
outdoors flower child type. Like, oh, where is she? Oh, she's in the cornfield playing around. I got you. So you by the fence and
yeah,
you see this thing moving, and what
yeah.
happened then?
And I knew what sheep were. I knew what horses were. Our neighbors even had goats, and these stupid goats used to chase me. Like, yeah, they were terrible. They would tree us. But and our neighbors, they had bulls, cows. Um, and I knew what a full-size bull looked like because we would run through his corral, which we weren't supposed to. So pretty much everything I knew. So this thing, it just kind of starts rising up from behind the bushes. And at first I was looking curious. And then like the dog started screaming and crying. And I looked down at him, and then I looked back, and it wasn't like something so horrific that I was scared, because I couldn't really tell what it was, but it just kind of like shimmered, and I could kind of see through it. But it was something, because I saw it move. I saw it come up from behind the bushes, and suddenly, like, I wanted to turn and run, and I couldn't.
Oh, that's
And
freaky. That's freaky.
I'm holding on to the leash, and now I'm like starting to cry because I can't move. And the dog is just like screaming and crying and jerking on the leash. And I could move my eyeballs, but I couldn't move anything. And I'm just like I don't even think I could talk. I don't know. But all I remember thinking is, "Don't, doggy, please don't leave me. Please don't leave me." And I couldn't move any part of my body. I kind of just tightened my fingers just enough so that he didn't pull out of my fingers. And he's pulling and pulling and pulling. Finally, if he had not been there that day, I don't know if I'd be like talking to you right now, because finally, after him jerking and jerking, I was finally able to move, and me and the dog took off, ran home. And yeah, I tried to tell my mom that I saw, like a monster outside, and she didn't believe me. She didn't even, I don't even think she came out and looked. And it just kind of reminded me, like, so that I always knew, even from that moment, I knew it wasn't an animal.
Let me ask you a
I knew
question,
it was
Tracy.
something else.
So that incident, it happened in the same areas where you saw this wolf. Were we talking about in the same location?
No, it's a different location.
Okay, all
It
right,
is a
gotcha.
different location.
But I
But
think I get the point. So what you're saying is the reason why your brother figured you conjured something is because
yeah,
he's seen you. He knows you've seen stuff, and
yeah.
but that still is weird. But
And there's
nonetheless,
something else. And so that memory, um, and I still don't know what it is, but I've heard on another channel, I've heard people talk about, seeing something that they can't tell what it is, but it kind of like shimmers and moves. And possibly what I saw that day is possibly, something that I think it's a cloaking. It definitely cloaked. That's what it wasn't a portal, I don't think. It was something. And I think it cloaked itself.
okay. So if we're gonna go with the thought process that it cloaked itself, then we got to rewind your story, and you have to close
Hmm.
your eyes and visualize what happened walking up to that tree, because if something naturally is cloaking itself, the reason why it will cloak itself is because it's trying to hide. So it would have had to detect you coming on your way to that tree. So let's go back to before you got to the tree. What did
Okay.
you observe on your way to your tree, onto the way to the tree? So we have this oak tree there. I think you said oak tree or walnut tree. I think it was
Well,
oak tree.
there's a big, um, in this incident, it was a big oak tree
Okay.
that I walked under, that we always got a really bad feeling being under there. But I had walked under it and past it, and I was now walking up the fence line, and I was still on my property, our
Okay.
property. But on the other side of this like barbed wire fence, was the other property. And there was like some smaller scrub oak bushy kind of thing.
Did you
And
observe anything when you first got to that fence? Did you have a weird feeling? Did you observe, like, how were you feeling when you got
no,
past the oak tree? So you didn't feel anything
uh,
weird. Did you hear
I
anything?
I didn't like being on under the oak tree, but I just went over there because he pulled me over there. Um, and I was kind of paying attention to the dog, and it wasn't like I caught movement out of it. It was on my left side,
Okay.
the fence and these bushes. And when I caught movement is when I saw something like coming up from behind uh,
The bushes.
these scrub oak. Yeah. But I could never, and at first I was curious. Um,
Let me ask you this question. Did it make a sound? Any sounds at all when it came up? Did you hear any
no,
humming? Did you anything?
no,
All right, let
no.
me ask you this question. So, when you got back home and you talked to your mom, naturally she didn't believe you. What were any after effects after that? Like, did you feel anything on your body? Were you in any pain? Was anything happening? Were you disoriented in any way?
Um,
Because
not, not that I'm aware of today. Not that I know of, and I don't remember ever like. No, I don't think there was anything like that. Um, but around the same time, and it's after that is when I really would get freaked out to go to sleep. And so there is like something that happened also um, one night. Well, they would put me to bed um, in like the back bedroom. And like ever since I saw that, I was like, didn't want to go to bed and I was cried and everything. Anyway, something, so they had put me to bed, went back to the other end of the house to watch TV. And um, I heard a tapping at the window. And I tried to ignore it and tried to ignore it. And it kept tapping. And finally, and I was about the same age. I got up, went around the bed, moved the curtain a little bit, and all I remember seeing was this evil face and it smiled, and there was all these teeth. Um, and that's what I was fully awake. Um, I mean, if it had been a dream, I don't know if I'd remember that dream. I'm 50. So if it was, just a dream, I don't think I would remember that for 50 years. But it's not like I was at the window and suddenly woke up. I remember the tapping. And yeah, but also I have to say is that thing outside, when I was frozen and couldn't move, it was evil. And I know it was evil, not because of how it looked, but because of how, like when you're in the presence of true evil, it like touches your soul. Like I can't even describe only somebody that's in the presence, that's been in the presence of pure evil, and not just like some crazy guy that's a maniac. I mean, like, demon or Satan kind of real evil. The way it like scares you to your soul.
And when
I
did
guess
you
I
when
don't
did you
know
feel that? Because I asked you earlier, did you get any
that
feelings while you
that
were out
thing.
there?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that that that's how I felt out there.
When you were frozen, after you were frozen, before
Yeah.
you was frozen? When did you get that feeling?
Um, Probably when I turned to look at it, and when I after it probably only took a second or two before I couldn't move, and um, it was like kind of being um like in a tractor beam, like I wanted to move but couldn't, and the evil, yeah, it was just that's why I know it wasn't like I that's why I know it wasn't just a regular animal. Um,
Well, it definitely don't
is
sound like a
because I
regular
felt that
animal.
evil
Yeah, regular animals
because
don't
I wouldn't
shimmer
have
and
felt the
glisten
evil.
and glow, so it definitely wasn't a regular. That's some scary stuff. Well, Tracy, I appreciate you calling in and sharing that with me. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna take the next caller.
Okay.
If you would like, I would love to talk to you. I have some time tomorrow morning. I want to dig more into that thing that tapped on the window. Well, never mind. Let's do it right now. The thing that tapped on the window. Give me a little bit more of a description of it because I have heard about four stories, and all of them happened to kids when they were young, ages 7 to 13. For some reason, it stops at age 13, where there's this. It initially it seems like a guy tapping on the window. It's like a humanoid, but it has this stupid rounded mouth with sharp teeth, and it's like a circle of teeth that which is crazy. And I'm just
Okay. I don't know if it was a circle of teeth. I I just remember when I moved the curtain to look at it, and as soon as it knew I was looking, and it had it it had like evil eyes, but it smiled, and then it was like a ear to ear kind of smile, and it was all like sharp teeth.
what color was it, like skin wise?
I don't know. I don't know because it was mainly the eyeballs. It was mainly the eye. Oh, and that bedroom also, by the way, was not ground level. Under part of the house, we had a garage because the house was kind of built in to like part of it because the ground sloped down. So under part of the house was a garage, and I knew, in my mind, I knew um, just that it couldn't have been a person because the window was up way too high.
That's freaky. That's absolutely freaky. All right, love. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna get to the next caller. I am
Okay.
going to text you a number for me so we can talk again because I want to dig a
Okay.
little bit more deeper into that
Okay.
and find out a little bit more about it. Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate you, love.
Okay. Thank you. Bye
Okay,
bye.
bye bye. That's that's some crazy shit that Tracy have experienced in her life, and a lot of it as a kid. That scars you as you grow older when it comes to paranormal encounters when you're young like that. That is freaking insane. Man, lines open 504-354-0143. Tracy was the third caller, and we got three more to go before we get to our sixth caller. But everybody's sitting there saying, I'm not going to call him and wait till we get to five. It's all good. Um, let's circle back. We'll talk about Occupy Halloween and what I was mentioning earlier. No, let's not do that. Let's take a look at the cameras. Let's go find our cam. My internet has been acting funny today, man. I don't know why. I don't know what's the reason. I'm not sure. I just think it doesn't like me. Um, but my internet is going crazy. And are we streaming? All right, let's give it a look. Damn it! I looked at the camera and I missed the call. Hey, this is Dark Waters. What's your name and where you calling from?
What's going on, dog? This is Steve, and I'm calling from North Carolina.
What's up, Steve? What's happening, baby?
What's going on, bro?
Man,
So,
chilling. What's happening? What's on your mind?
all right. I'm a medical courier, so I do a lot of driving, North Carolina, South Carolina, sometimes over to Georgia. Um, and I'm always kind of cognizant when I'm over toward those national forests. But ironically, I had a run that I was doing south of Charlotte, across the South Carolina line, and I wanted to speak to what you guys always talk about, how fast these things are. So I'm driving probably about 40 miles an hour on a back highway, 2 lanes, and I'm coming to an intersection. And I know I gotta slow down, so it's like a Toyota Tercel to go past, and I'm probably maybe 100 yards from the intersection, so I'm slowing down a little bit. And all of a sudden, something comes from my left to my right in front of me. And I'm thinking, okay, well, I need to slow down because I'm in the intersection. As I'm slowing down, I realize the intersection is still about 50 yards away. Whatever ran in front of me ran about, it had to be at least 40, 45 miles an hour, and it was big as a PT Cruiser. I don't know what it was. I didn't see it in the eyes. All I know, it looked like it was about half the size of a cow. Like it looked that big, but it ran from left to right in front of me as I was slowing down. It like went from one side of the woods to the other side, but it wasn't heavily wooded. You know how you still have that side of the highway that still might have like maybe 5 to 6 feet on either side.
Yeah, that median part.
Right. Well, no, not even that. I'm on a 2 lane, so even on the 2 lane, you still got that portion that's maybe like 5 feet before you get to the woods. But it ran from one side of the woods to the other side of the woods, and I was like, whoa. So, whenever you talk about how fast these things are, they are moving.
Yeah, the crazy thing is, though, I think that's part of their strategy as far as running people off the road. And if you react the wrong way, they run your ass off the road and eat you. Because there's been a number of sheriffs that I talked to who've explained about car accidents, freaky car accidents where windows were broken out and people were missing. And in every case, that car had been like, it had ran off the road and hit a tree. I think that's a strategy of theirs, honestly. I think that really is. If you catch the wrong one, I think that's one of their tactics. Nobody really talks about that, but I think that's one of their tactics. I'm glad it didn't jam you up and hit you. You know what I'm saying?
Right, definitely. Well, like I said, I'm cognizant of a lot of things. I'm ironically for me to be, like in those forests, and like I said, I do a lot of remote deliveries. I talk to a lot of people who have like Sasquatch signs in the yard. And we, I kind of joke with them about that. But they, they take it a little serious. I can understand. They don't want to talk to me, but when I start, seeing Sasquatch cutouts and whatnot, I'll kind of make some comments about, hey, the coyotes out here pretty big. And they'll be like, yeah, they're real big. So,
right, you know how to talk that language.
Right. A lot of times where I go, they, they running moonshine and, they growing weed. They're doing a lot of things back there, but, they're real, closed-minded unless you know how to really kind of talk to them. But, that thing was moving, bro. That's, one of the things I can definitely see whenever you guys talk about how fast they are. Definitely it was big and it was moving faster than I thought anything that size should have been moving.
That's crazy. What else have you seen while you've been out there on the road?
That's primarily it. I'm more concerned about the people than the animals. I didn't want to see that, to be quite honest with you. I kind of, put it off for a little while, but I was too cognizant of, like I know cars, so I was like, oh, that was a Tercel that passed. I got about, 75 yards. I need to slow down. And I was like, where does PG Cruiser come from? Like, I need to slow down. But then I realized I'm not at the intersection.
Wow. That's creepy,
so,
dude.
You and I talked before, about, I'm the gentleman that gave you the story about the New Orleans East thing. Used to live off Bullard as well, and I used to go jogging, and they would always tell me to go the other way. Don't go toward the Bayou Savage. Always go toward was it Castanet. And
Yeah,
I
go
was like,
towards Castanet. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, but like I said, I didn't want to see that because now it's kind of playing with my head. Because that was in a place I didn't expect to see anything. It was around dusk. It wasn't dark. Like it was the time that I wouldn't expect to see something.
No, I'm with you. And you know the crazy thing about like Bullet Avenue, New Orleans East, like people don't realize like in the '80s, all that shit was woods. There was no
Right,
Lake Bullet. There was no what's the big one back there? Lake Forest Estates. There was no
right,
Eastovers. That shit was woods that connected straight to Bayou Savage. It was just nothing but woods. And but
right.
people don't understand that that stuff was developed, and it took a while to develop. When I was a kid, they still had Rite Aid right there when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? And the bowling alley and all the rest of that stuff. And they had just started developing that stuff. I think they developed it when I was like 11. And
Right. Well, that
so
story that the gentleman that gave a while back, I think it was last week, they were talking about the incident on Airline Highway. That was I listened to that story. That was prior to them building the airport. So that was still wild out there back when that story would have been told.
oh, the one. Oh, that's so that explains it. The guy that was on TV that was prior to the. Okay, it didn't add up. Now
Yeah.
it makes sense. If that was prior to them building the airport, then that was Jurassic Park back then. That shit was nothing but
Right.
woods over there. That makes a lot of sense.
Right. That was that that Jimmy Swagger airline special back then.
Uh huh. Exactly. Oh my god, man, you crazy, man. You crazy.
Yeah.
Anything
So
else you want to share?
nah, I just wanted to tell you about that, and I'll give you a little bit more insight on the airline story. So that could have been a little bit more viable. I don't really believe the guy, like in terms of the girl changing, because to me, when I listened to the story, he was from the Midwest, and I just don't think he was accustomed to Creole women. And the girl had like light brown eyes, and he likened that to the eyes on the animal. So I just didn't think he was accustomed to seeing Louisiana women, and he was like, oh, she changed. I
No,
think
he ain't
the
used to
thing
them
was
badass, beautiful broads we got down here. We got some beautiful
right,
women down here, boy.
right. So I just don't think he was accustomed to that. So I think that's why he thought the animal was her because of the eye shine.
Well, I still have yet to watch it. I haven't had the opportunity to. Somebody said they was gonna plug me in and talk to the dude. I'll talk to anybody. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna air no
Right.
broadcast. None of it's been broadcasted before. It don't make no sense to do it again. But I would love to talk to him. But I thought he was from here, and then when somebody
No,
explained to me he was from out of town, I was like, oh, okay, cool. It is what it is. He lucky
right.
he ain't
But
get eaten
but
by
I
no damn
appreciate.
vampire or get robbed around this bitch. That's what he lucky it ain't happened to him.
Yeah. Well, he was like I said. I think that was like the early '80s. So it was real wild. During that time, like you said. So, but I appreciate you taking my call, man.
Great talking to you, buddy.
All right, bro.
All right, later. Man. Did you guys hear what he described it as the size of? Come on, man, that's crazy. It's insane, but it just goes to show you. That was literally the exact same description of sizes from um, the story that I told you guys with the guy on the train. It was literally the same size. That these things are huge, man. They're massive, especially when they're running on all fours. And witnesses share it all the time. Hold, let's see what it says. Hey, this is Dark Waters. What's your name? Where you calling from?
What are you doing, fella?
Nothing at all. What you up to, man?
Just got finished fixing my soundboard back. I wanted to call and tell everybody thank you for showing up earlier to my live stream I did, and sorry it cut out like it did. I accidentally cut a wire going from my soundboard to my PC. That's why I couldn't hear anybody whenever they would come in, and then all of a sudden my mic went away and it it kicked me out of my own live stream.
Well, how you cut the wire? What you was playing with a knife?
No, I had it. wire
Uh,
runs down behind my desk, and it's got those metal drawers in it, and
oh,
the interface that goes from this soundboard where you hook the RCA wires in, that interfaces into the USB. It cut one of the RCA jacks because
wow.
I opened the drawer up at the bottom and to grab a cable to hook my phone to because I was doing that so I could play the intro. And when I went to undo it, I slid the drawer back, and when I did, it took the wire. But I fixed that, and then I fixed it where I don't have to hook a phone to it that way or nothing else to play anything that I want.
So you ready to start taking calls yet?
No, I don't have the Skype set up yet.
Well, we need to do that tomorrow. I got time tomorrow. Tonight we gonna play that game, man. I went to bed on you the other night. I'm ready to go ahead and slice some people up on that Call of Duty. You're gonna see me go to work. You gonna be like, man, he dove out the window and killed people. Yep, I dive out windows. I'm wild with that. I'm telling you, I'm sneaking up behind people, slitting their throats. You're gonna see me in action tonight, boy.
Hey, I'm gonna live stream. I'm gonna set my camera up, and I'm gonna live stream us playing tonight. How about that on the channel?
Oh, you need to get the audio because if we're on the same team with people we know, I ain't gonna talk no trash. But if people we don't know, oh man, you gonna hear me go clean the hell off. Ain't nobody a trash talker like me, bro. You like this dude crazy.
That sounds good. I'll have. I tell you what, we made streaming on Lakeas because I don't know if they'll hit us for copyright for that game in the audio. I'm not sure. So what we'll do is I'll get Lakeas to come here and set up like she did before and stream it when me and Truth and Bass played.
Truth and Bass need to get in there too. I'm gonna spank up on them boys too. Hey, so guys, we're gonna be releasing some content on Vault's channel tomorrow. Some of the stuff, the snippets from him telling his stories about the fire, which is actually pretty creepy, man. When you watch it, I don't know if you had a chance to watch it back. That shit's creepy as hell, Vault. Like for real, you a creepy dude. I'm glad you my friend. You scary.
Oh, just wait till you hear the new intro. Vault has a new lullaby for everybody.
Well, I can't wait to hear it, man. I cannot wait to hear it. We're gonna play somebody that's gonna. We playing on PC or Xbox. We playing cross whatever it is, where you play against
Cross
people on all of
platform.
them. Cross platform, yeah. Play it on anything. I got cigars. All I need is a cigar
Uh,
and a charged up controller, and I'm going ham.
what you need to do is either email me or DW to let us know what your gamer tag is. That way we can, that way we can find you. Because we usually like me, Lethal, Cobra, Bass, and Truth. We'll all get in a lobby together and go and bang up against people.
Oh yeah, I like
Because
that means I can't talk trash until we go in between the lobbies, but I'll do that when we get to the in between. You know, it used to be where you could, like, when the game ended, the lobby would stay open for like a minute with people just talking crazy. But in this
oh no, they
environment,
can
it's like,
still the way Lethal's got it set up. They can still hear you talking trash to them.
oh okay, yeah, that's perfect. Because the
You
new
just
ones,
can't
man,
hear
they give you
nothing.
10 seconds.
Well, they can hear because them people get. What's funny is they'll report Lethal on one of his accounts for audio content or whatever for basically trash talking them. And what they don't know is Lethal and Cobra both sit on the Xbox board to unban and ban consoles.
Oh,
So
that's
it
crazy.
doesn't do any good. It
So
doesn't do
they
any
don't do no
good.
good.
No.
That's crazy.
But hey, these things are y'all watch the camera tonight because these things were howling and going off earlier when I had to go to town to get some stuff and come back, and they were as soon as I pulled up, they started that crazy woman screaming, getting murdered thing a while ago.
What? That's wild.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna tap into the camera right now. I'm gonna let you go. We're gonna tap in the camera and see what's going on.
All right, man. I'll see
All
you.
right.
I just call me when you get ready.
All right, I'll call you.
All right.
All right, later. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try and get the camera up while we wait for our next caller. I had it up and I closed it because I thought it was messing with the stream. Let's take a peek into see if old One Eye Willie is out there. What he doing? Willie, where are you, Willie? Alright, let's see. Let's get this to where y'all can see it. Um, let's do that. I need to capture that. Let's go there. Let's pick. Boom, 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 boom. Rio link. Let's go there. Let's make it nice and big. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's make it nice and big. And let's go over here and let's make it big. And let's get us some audio and see what's going on. These bushes look like they've been stepped on some more since the other night. For those of you who don't know what we're looking at, this is a live camera with the Dogman Camps Research Project, and this project is designed to capture evidence of cryptids. At one point in time, we had 4 operational cameras. We have 1 right now. By next week, we'll probably have 4 again. There's really nothing standing in the way other than the line of people that were at T-Mobile in Orleans Parish with their little mandates where they were like, you can't come in here. The fuck is that? What the fuck? Y'all heard that shit? Yo, tell me y'all heard that. Yo, for real. Tell me you heard that shit. That's crazy. Yo, for real. Like, am I tripping? Like, am I bugging? Tell me y'all heard that shit. For real. Dog, that ain't no dog. Don't no fucking dog sound like that. Hey, rewind the stream. Y'all, I can't rewind nothing. Y'all, a bobcat? Okay. I don't know what bobcats sound like, but I don't think that sound like no goddamn bobcat. That's a big ass bobcat. Was that a howl? Rewind that shit, man. And for the record, that ain't no that ain't no minced up audio. Like I ain't. That's fucking crazy, dude. And you even hear the dogs in the background barking to that shit. And them dogs way off. I ain't sound like a howl. That sounded like a scream, man. That's a dog right there. Man. Well, hold on. Let's do some. Let me look back here. We don't have enough light for no eye shine. Hey, Lakia, give me some light back there. Hit that back light so we can see what's in these bushes over here. I don't hear nothing walking. Man, I didn't record this. I'm pretty sure all y'all can rewind it. All right, so we got the extra light. Let's see. That's a car. That's a car. Man, I ain't see nothing run by y'all. What y'all talking about? Y'all freaking me out. Y'all see how it started getting choppy? It must be a whole bunch of people on this camera recording. Because you know they got people watch this camera all day and all night. Bob, shit chopping up, but you can hear all kind of shit. What the hell is that? Hold on. Somebody outside my front door? Man, that's a whole bunch of random fucking shit going on over there. See? I think we fucked up last night. I mean, with that Halloween shit. I think we fucked up. Fucking around out there with that fire. Cause we've heard stuff, but we ain't never heard nothing this close, man. That's cause. This dude tripping, talking about he getting ready to go out there. Man, stay your ass inside. You hear that shit out there hooping and hollering and doing crazy shit, man. What is wrong with you? This dude be fucking tripping, man. Dude. I'll try and find a deep forest bobcat sound, but that shit don't sound like no damn bobcat. I thought bobcat sound like women screaming. That shit sound like a gigantic fucking thing screaming, howling. Man, what the fuck? Dude. Man, rewind that, y'all. And I wish how the fuck I can't rewind this shit, man. That's crazy. You know what? I'm being stupid. Hold on. Let me record in case we get something else. Let me stop being crazy. See? There you go. Look, we live. We know we got a camera going. This what we looking for. My dumb ass didn't hit record that whole time because I'm in shock that we heard that shit. And then people talking about when you see Bigfoot, when you see Dogman, why you don't take out your camera? Bitch, I'm at home, sitting in my bedroom and hearing shit, and I'm too scared to hit record. How the fuck you expect somebody to record some shit when they in the woods? Come on, man. I'm gonna be quiet so we can listen, man. Hey, for real, you hear the dogs in the distance like going crazy. You hear that? And remember, at the end of that stream, where you're gonna see this, that's another car. You remember at the end of the stream for Halloween, we started picking up all that damn knocking, tree knocking. It was clear tree knocking. It was clear, crack, 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 and like limbs snapping. That shit was clear, and it wasn't like little big branches. That sounded like trees breaking. So that shit started at the end of Halloween night. Is when all that foolishness started. See, my dumb ass hits record too late, and I ain't shit going on. Ain't that a bitch? See, that's the shit I'm talking about. He ain't going out there, man. So that's good. He ain't going out there. We don't need him out there fucking with that shit. I'm just trying to see if we can capture that shit again. Cause that would literally be, I don't know what it was though. You know, come on, man. Y'all hearing that shit? And that shit way out there. Man, that's all the way crazy. Get the fuck from around me with that shit. Get the all the way the fuck from around me with that shit. And I was thinking about going up there to go on camera and tell stories with him. Stay the fuck away from around me with that. Nowhere near me. Nowhere. I don't want none of that smoke. That shit sound big. I don't want none of that smoke. None whatsoever. Well, the audio is choppy, guys, because it's picking up cars. It's picking up crickets. Maybe if I turn it down, something won't be as choppy. You know what? Let's go to fluid. Maybe that'll be do better because it won't be draining it so much. Let's see. Somebody says it's not spades. You can't renege. She. You best believe I'm reneging. I don't want none of that smoke, man. Whatever it is, it look like it sound like it's over. Like I don't know. I don't know if that's like Dogman. I don't know if that's Bigfoot. I don't know what the hell that is, y'all. I'm texting Vote, stay his ass inside, man. Hold on, y'all. He texted me, said they going crazy. Hell yeah, they going crazy. Y'all heard that shit? Oh, that was a howl. That was a big ass howl. Holy crap. I heard that because I got the headphones on. Y'all heard that? I'm not tripping. You heard how deep that was and how far off that sound? Oh, you best believe we getting us a parabolic microphone. We getting that. That was a howl, y'all. I heard that. It was like, ooh, it was way out there, but I heard that. I think what happened the other night was that I think we was. Oh, there go the camera messing up. Hold on, let me adjust this headset. I think what happened the other night was the I thought I heard something else. I think what happened the other night was when we had that fire and it was the sound was picking up all that crackling from the fire. I don't think we was picking up everything going on out there. Let's go clear because people are seeing shit that's probably not there. All right, so that's a clear picture for you guys. Man, I ain't hearing nothing else, yo. I'm kind of scared that I close this out because knowing my luck, the minute I close it out, the minute some crazy shit is gonna happen. Something swaying in the back corner, the right on the back corner, straight in front of the fire pit. See, that's a car. We can hear that. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. That's all the way insane, bro. Like that's next level crazy. That's way out. That's way fucking out there, y'all. That's way, way the fuck out of bounds. This shit here, man. I gotta smoke me some cigar, man. This shit is crazy. A dark spot. Look up. My bad. Hold on. All right, guys. We got to do two things at once. We're gonna multitask. The lines are still open for the next caller because we got to get to our sixth caller. The lines are open for our next caller. That number is shit. What is the number? This got me all the way thrown off. 1 second. 504 354 0143. 504 354 0143. I'm gonna leave that audio playing in the background, and we'll take our calls because we getting to the tail end of the show, and I want to give that $50 away, man. Next call is the sixth caller. There we go. Somebody want that 50. You just got your little 50 dollars. What's going on? This is Dog Waters. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Jason. Call from Brunswick, Georgia.
What's up, Jason? Hold on, I'm gonna slow this audio down just a little bit so everybody can hear you. Cause I don't know what the hell going on out there in them woods, man. Did you hear that, Jason?
I did not.
Man, you gotta rewind the stream. Dude, I ain't never heard no shit like that in my life. I would have shit my pants if I was in the woods and heard something like that. What's on your mind, brother?
Hey, so I noticed in like one of the your streams, somebody asked about any sightings in Jacksonville, Florida area or the Southeast Georgia area. Have you heard anything?
Jacksonville, Florida. You said Jacksonville, Florida?
Yeah, Jacksonville is like North Florida, like in between Savannah. Well, actually, about an hour south of Savannah, Georgia.
Oh, you said Georgia. I'm thinking about Florida, Georgia. Jackson.
Well, yeah, well, it's kind of like in the same area. Jacksonville,
Hold on.
Savannah, Brunswick.
Give me a second. Let me look at a map real quick because I want
Yep.
to say
Look on the
the
east coast. East coast is the.
I want to say there was one story, but I don't know if that was. This was south of Atlanta, so that would have been. Hold on, let me fix this. Let me do that so people can see, and let me look at this for myself. That would have been. Oh, so the sightings that I have are south of Macon, Georgia, and there's a couple in Columbus, like outside of Columbus. And you're talking about, so you said it's close to Savannah. Say that one more time.
Well, okay, so Jacksonville is probably about an hour 30 minutes to 2 hours away from Savannah. It's right there on the Georgia Florida line.
Okay. So you're down there. What's the terrain like?
Well,
Swamplands.
you have a lot of woodland. You have a lot of woodland. You have a lot of the marshlands where you have like brackish water, some swamps. So it seems like it's prime area. I mean, because like we're right next to Darien, and we have like a lot of like rivers and swampy areas around here.
Nope, I haven't had anything from that area. Have you had any friends or anybody that's seen anything weird over there?
No, other than like ghosts and stuff like that. 'Cause you have like a lot of the Highway
Civil War
17,
stuff.
slaves and stuff like that,
Oh, okay.
like the plantation and stuff. So like you hear things about like that, but nothing like cryptids.
No, I don't have anything in that area. I'm sorry. I wish I did. I would love to have a story like that. There was a lady. Wait, but that was. I think D Doss had a lady somewhere in the Florida Panhandle, and she shot one. Yeah, she shot one through a window or something. That was a couple of years ago, but I'm not sure if that was in that same area.
Shot one? Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I would have to ask him about it. But I remember because I was on the stream when she was telling her story, but she was definitely in Florida, and she, you know how the Panhandle of, she was like the north portion of the Panhandle of Florida. Like she was like,
Okay.
a little arm that reaches out, but she was in a northern portion, which is heavily wooded. Um, yeah, and that's about all I could think of, buddy. But anyway,
Okay.
you are the sixth caller. So do you have Cash App?
I do have cash out.
All right, let me get you some money. We doing it live on air, like real players do. We're not talking about I'm gonna get you your bread later. We're gonna get you your bread now. We're gonna get it to you right now as we speak.
Man, I love you. I love your shows, man. I keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate everything for sure.
No, absolutely, man. I love doing this. I love talking to y'all, man. It's so cool because, and I like doing this because people realize, man, it doesn't matter where you from. We all got a whole lot of stuff in common. What's that Cash App? What is it?
Give me a second.
Dollar sign what? Big pimpin'?
Dollar sign Calvin Kennedy 50.
Oh shit. Calvin Kennedy.
CALVI. Yeah,
Spell it.
KENNEDY.
Calvin Kennedy 50.
Yep, CALVINKENNEDY 50.
And some other Calvin Kennedy come up. I got a. Oh, that's you. I know. Me. We done went back and forth on here before.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Caller number 6.
Oh wow. Okay. I wasn't even trying to win anything. I was just trying to just ask you a couple questions. That was it, really.
Hey man, you
So I
got your
appreciate
bread, dog. You got your bread. You are caller number 6, man. I appreciate you. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for calling in,
it. Yep.
man. Any other questions?
Hey, last question, man. When you gonna drop the what's
Operation
that one
Black
about?
Sun.
Nah, the one about the gangsters and stuff like that.
I'm gonna oh yeah, I'm gonna do some touch ups on tomorrow because I gotta figure out, just me being honest with you. So Unc was my dog. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I never thought, you know how this sounds crazy, but I never thought like the dude could be murdered, bro. Like I never, it never crossed my mind. Cause this how smart this
Yeah.
dude was, man. Like it never crossed my mind that that's how he would go out. You know, you sitting, you let somebody lure you to a spot. He just did shit that just didn't make sense. So you let somebody lure him to a spot. He backs in on Claiborne under the bridge. The cat runs up behind him and shoots him in the head through the back window. And then a dude that he
Oh.
was in a car with hops out and takes off running up the street like I was so hurt behind that because it's like, dog, like how you, that ain't even your MO. You don't do nothing like that. So I've been
Yeah.
struggling with tying that up into a neat knot because how do you tell everybody, how do you explain, you know what I'm saying? That shit fucked me up. So I'm gonna finish it, but you might hear my voice
Nah.
change trying to tell it. You know what I'm saying? That's what's taking so long, bro. I'm all fucked up behind that.
Well, I can understand that. I figured that you wanted to put your like your you want to cross your eyes and dot and all that stuff. So I get it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the gangster shit is known. That ain't no hiding that. All of my feel like it's known. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about that. It's just emotionally trying to finish telling that because that
Oh,
story
okay.
just was getting there. Like when you hear the next couple of parts, it's long. You like, man, these motherfuckers, it was wild. Like it goes there, and I had just talked to the dude about like calling in and letting me record him tell some of the shit from the story. And I just talked to
Hmm.
him. I was like, bruh, I'm telling a story about our clique. I was like, man, I want you to just call in. And I said, I'm going to record you telling some of the funny stories and shit. He's like, and he sounded like DMX. He's like, oh, Black, I do that. You know I do that shit for you, nigga. What's happening? Blah, blah. And I'm just like, all right, dog, cool. And then a couple of days later, people calling me crying like, yeah, he gone. I'm like, the fuck you mean he gone? Where he went? He went out of town? Nah, nigga, he gone. I'm like, no. So it's just, I'm going to do it, bro. But it's just, that shit is killing me. You know what I'm saying? And I never thought, um, as a man, I've dealt with a lot of tragedy and loss. I guess I'm just getting old, and so that shit hits me. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit with scissors hit me for a loop, and probably shouldn't have, but that shit sent me for a loop. I'm just getting old, dog, and sentimental and shit. I'm gonna work my way through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm
The
gonna work
Dark
my.
Waters, man. I appreciate you, man. Seriously, thank you so much.
Man, I appreciate you too, baby. All right, catch up with you,
Take care.
Calvin.
All right,
All right.
take care. All right.
Yeah, he just stabbed me in the heart with that motherfucking question right there, dog. Ooh, jigging nigga. You just jigging people out here in these streets. Let's go back to the camera. I don't know if I want to fucking talk no more. It's a good question. Did y'all hear anything while we was talking? Because that audio was going. And we got 14 minutes left. If anybody else want to call? That man just made 50 pesos from being the number 6 caller. And for the record, that caller number is gonna change. Sometimes it's gonna be 3, 5, 6, 7, 10. So y'all gonna have to call. What is that yellow line on the screen? Hey, Wendy, what's up, love? I don't see nothing, guys. I don't hear nothing, but whatever the hell we heard earlier was off the meat rack. For those of you who want to monitor this on your own, go to dogmancams.com, $5.99 a month. If you want to hear the stories, go to Waters. Is that a car? Yeah. Waters.com, $4.99 a month. Man, and that car is distinctive. You know that's a car. Somebody sent vault some money for a parabolic mic. That's cool. Man, Sean be on his game. For real. Sean be on, thank you, Sean. Sean be on his shit, man. Y'all understand. Sean be on his game. He just sent me a audio of the thing. Hold on. How do I get to my mail? Because I closed that out. I turned off all the notifications. Hold on. We're gonna try and find this. Hopefully I don't do nothing stupid. 'Cause I gotta shrink a lot of stuff down to get to my mail. Honestly, I don't even know how to get to the mail on this computer because I'm an idiot sometimes. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we're gonna take that and download it. New Orleans, Paris. That's a big ass truck, is what that is. Man, like for real, you can clearly distinguish every other sound. Like, can't nobody say that's a vehicle. You can't say nothing. You can clearly distinguish that. Man, that's crazy. Like, that's like crazy. Hold on. I'm about to get this from Sean. Ooh, that's just insane. Save that right there. What you doing, computer? You're not cooperating. Oh, crap. What did I save it at? See, that's just... You're just full retard right now. Hold on, guys. My bad. Let's make you bigger so I can see where you went. It's in the photos. Okay. So... That is not cooperating at all. So we're gonna do it this way. Well, we got a howl for all our stories for real. There it is. Alright, found it. Alright, so Sorry guys, we're doing this live on the spot. Let's see, add. What was this? This would be window, window capture. Let's go there. Let's go there. Let's go there. Let's go there. Let's hide this. Let's mute this. Alright, so you guys should be seeing what I'm seeing. We're going to play this back and take a listen and see what the hell. Alright. New Orleans Parish with their little mandates where they were like, you can't come in here. The fuck, man. That's crazy. Dude, so in this audio clip, y'all, Sean, you must have took out me talking. Or maybe that's the camera breaking up. What's that? Five. That's freaking 5 seconds. Man, that ain't no Bobcat, man. That ain't no damn Bobcat. I don't. People say that's a Bobcat. That ain't no damn Bobcat. Y'all tell me what y'all think that is because that ain't no damn Bobcat to me. But I don't live out there in the woods like that, so I don't know. But all I can tell you is I wouldn't want to hear no shit like that when I'm out in the woods. I would not want to hear nothing like that while I'm out in the woods. Man. That boy said sound like his ex-wife. Boy, you need to quit that. Flying Dutchman, you need to quit acting like that, man. If that's what you married, man, that's your fault. Listen, this is what I'm gonna need y'all to do. Cause see, people be playing with me out here in these streets. Dog Waters a fraud. Oh, take this link and just spread that bitch all over the Facebook groups, all over everything. Give them the timestamp to where they can hear all the howling, all the rest of that shit. Um, and let them know because this shit crazy. And ain't none of them out. They out here. Everybody want to be out here and do a little podcast, do a little talking, and nobody doing this. Nobody even trying. So if One Eye Willie make that kind of noise, then One Eye Willie is I don't know what the hell One Eye Willie is. All I can tell you is that's creepy. It's got me smoking a cigar in here. This is my second cigar. And hey, I'll post the audio file on my website so you can download it, run it through whatever. Cause people, oh, that's fraud, man. Run it through whatever the fuck you want. That shit was caught live on the camera. Run it through whatever. If you can find, if it's a bobcat, and you can prove it's a bobcat, good because at least I know it's a bobcat. But I hear the dogs barking in the background, freaking out. And the crazy thing was the dogs started barking when the first noise was made. Like they like what? Even the dogs is like, man, what the hell is that? I don't know what a coyote sounds like, but there's enough woodsmen around here that listen that know what coyotes are. Cause we got some people in the family that's deep off in the woods chopping timber, doing all kind of crazy stuff. They make their living off the land. So it's gonna be more than enough people that can comment on what the hell they thought that was. So, guys, later on, because we're about to close this show out, when you listen, if you're outdoorsman and you know what that is, let it be known in the comments. Just say in the comments what it is. I don't know. I have no clue what that is. I know it ain't no bobcat, man. I don't. It can't no bobcat make no damn sound that deep. That don't make no sense. Kevin, rewind the stream. I just played it like 2 seconds ago. Whoo, boy. I'm glad Bo didn't go out there with that foolishness though. Well, that was. That sounds big. You don't need to be out there with that smoke. We ain't got nothing to prove. We ain't got nothing to prove. We got 3 more minutes before we got to close out. We are going to. The fuck is that? That sounds close to the camera, man. We got 3 more minutes before we close out. 2 more minutes before we close out. Um, if y'all on the cams later tonight and y'all hear something, shoot me an email because I'll be up all times of night. I'll pop on and play it live. But if you're a member of the Cameras Project, you'll be able to monitor this. If you're not a member of the Cam Project, then you need to go become a member of the Cameras Project so we can spread this all over the place. We're definitely going back to Taylor. We definitely going. We already got one at Connor's place over in Virginia where we saw that light. It's just he just needs a SIM card. And we definitely got Florida. So we have a total of 4 cameras. It's just they're just waiting on SIM cards, and that's gonna um and that's gonna get us up and running. But I want more. I want LBL. I want a couple of other places. And we definitely gonna get the one in Oklahoma, Brown Springs. And I would love for you guys. I would love for us to log in and check 4 or 5 cameras for activity while we're doing the show. It would be something that nobody's doing. Nobody's doing this, but we gonna keep on pushing the envelope, keep on pushing it further, and make it happen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm closing this out. We're closing out this show. I love and appreciate each and every one of you guys. This shit was wild, way wilder than I anticipated it being, and way crazier than I anticipated it being. I thought we were just, oh, y'all didn't even have the camera, y'all didn't even have the thing up to see. Um, we're gonna end this bad boy off. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Let me take the scar out. I love you. I appreciate you. Spread the word, spread the link, spread this around like crazy. Because, I mean, even with the haters, even the haters got to show some love for this. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.